Family, this third country arrangement or third country deportation deal with the US, where they get to deport inmates or migrants to countries they are not originally from, has made the US seen African countries as a dumping site. They pack individuals convicted of serious crimes to African countries and dump them there. Now, what would make the US feel as though they are gods and that any African country that refuses to do their bidding is out to face sanction, is out to face one thing or the other? I mean, they do not want your deportees, take them away. It's that simple, family. But no, Burkina Faso recently refused to accept deportees from the US. On the 9th of October, the foreign minister, Jean Traore, had a meeting with the US embassy where he refused to accept deportees from the US. I mean, they've asked the Burkina Faso government to accept deportees from the US. And we're talking about those with serious criminal records. But the Burkina Faso government, for the umpteenth time, said no. And guess what the US did in return? They stopped issuing visa to the citizens of Burkina Faso. That is what they did. They made an official announcement that no more issuing of visa to the Burkina Faso citizens wishing or hoping to go to the United States. Now, family, this thing with the US and African countries doesn't make sense. You come to my house and I say, don't come in with shoes. You get upset and you start throwing stones at my house. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. Other African countries actually accept it. We have Eswatini, we have Ghana, other countries. But Burkina Faso is saying no. Why don't you just look somewhere else? Nigeria also joined the list, family. Nigeria also said they would not be accepting deportees because they already have a lot to deal with. Now, let's check this out, family. Appearing on state broadcaster RTB late on Thursday, the foreign minister asked, is this a way to put pressure on us? Is this blackmail? Whatever it is, Burkina Faso is a place of dignity, a destination, not a place of expulsion. He said he had a meeting with the US embassy on Wednesday, in which he rejected the offer that he said had been made repeatedly to accept deportees. Now, guess what they did, family? Foreign minister said he received a diplomatic note from the US explaining that Burkina Faso was put on a list of countries whose nationals had not respected rules around US visas and referring to the US proposals according to a local news outlet. So, family, because Burkina Faso refused to accept deportees, the US kind of looked for a way to pin something on them, and they accused the Burkina Faso citizens that was the best they could come up with. Now, the foreign minister had a meeting with them on the 9th, right? Well, guess what they posted on the 10th? That's the US embassy. Let's check it out. US Embassy Ouagadougou has temporarily paused all routine visa services effective October 10, 2025. This pause includes immigrant visas and non-immigrant visas for tourists, business travelers, students, exchange visitors, and most other non-immigrant categories. Impacted visa applicants have been notified of their appointment cancellations. Family, is the US trying to threaten Burkina Faso? I mean, these guys cut France off. They did not care about your aid. What makes you think halting all visa applications or canceling it is going to make them accept deportees? If this is not petty, I do not know what to call it, family. So they think every African country should bend to their tune, should dance to the music they play. Come on now. I'm so glad because the way the foreign minister spoke, he spoke like one that is not scared. They are not scared of the US, family. We do not want to deportees, and that's on period. That is what the Burkina Faso government is saying. So if you halt aid, sanction us, we do not care. Now, earlier this year, we heard of sanction against the Burkina Faso government. I mean, because of what Captain Ibrahim Traore did, sanctions were placed on Burkina Faso, but the Burkina Faso government did not care. They built their empire to what it is today. So what makes the US feel that they would bend when they halt visa or cancel visa applications? Family, you take a look at this story. And family, let's not forget that Nigeria also refused to accept deportees earlier this year. That's July. Let's check it out. Now, according to a BBC report, Nigeria will not bow to pressure from the Trump administration to accept Venezuelan deportees or third country prisoners from the US. Foreign Minister Yusuf Tugar vowed, quoting 1990s American rapper's Public Enemy to make his point. Now, what's that quote? In the words of the famous US rap group Public Enemy, you remember a line from Flava Flav, a member of the group who said, Flava Flav has problems of its own. I can't do nothing for you, man, he said in an interview. Well, family, he gave them their own quotes to think on, right? The foreign minister of Nigeria, Yusuf Tugar. So Nigeria is also on this table. My beloved country refused to accept deportees from the US. Isn't that wonderful? So I can gladly say that Nigeria and Burkina Faso refused to accept deportees from the United States. Family, what do you have to say about this story? One thing about the US is they feel every African country should bend to whatever they want them to do, should yield to whatever they say. But Burkina Faso and Nigeria is saying, we would not accept your deportees. And family, they do not care about it or care about the sanctions, the aid. Well, we hope Nigeria stands on business. But for the Burkina Faso government, we trust them. What do you have to say about the story, family? Comment your thoughts and do not forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on your notification button. My name is Lynient Akotonou.